Stick with me. We are watching something wild. She was the Blood Demon's top enforcer. With just a single sword, she wiped out the entire Nam Cung family all by herself. The #1 clan. But she had no idea the cult leader totally played her. She brutally slaughtered her own bloodline with her own 2 hands. Because she was actually a child of the Nam Cung family, the one who went missing over 15 years ago. Opening her eyes, Tuyet Hoa realizes something crazy. She just traveled straight back into the past. Back to when she was 13. This time, she is absolutely determined to save her family from ruin. Using her past life memories, Tuyet Hoa heads straight to the Hakvan gang. She needs that Dai Hon Dan pill. She drops a single flying needle technique. The gang members blocking her path are instantly terrified. Nobody even dares to move. The gang leader and his elders are absolutely furious about this. They immediately order their guys to jump her, but she just casually throws out a few moves. Basically, over 10 guys hit the floor dead. Seeing that, the leader starts sweating bullets. He quickly tells his remaining minions to surrender. Because if this crazy girl keeps fighting for another minute, the whole gang would be completely wiped out. Just like that, Tuyet Hoa secures the Dai Hoan Dan. With this item in her hands, she can finally force the dark arts straight out of her body. But you and I know nothing is that easy. Walking back, a mysterious figure suddenly blocks her path. She recognizes him instantly. This guy is literally one of the top 3 strongest absolute masters. Of the Nam Cung clan, the Flying Wind Sword Master, Tap Vu Quan. He asks her coldly, "Who are you, kid?" "Depending entirely on what you say right now. I will decide whether to spare your life or not." She curses him silently in her head. Talk about terrible luck, working in the shadows, and she bumps into him at the worst possible time, leaving her with 0 options. She cups her hands and replies with total respect. "A true martial arts legend, Supreme Senior. I humbly greet you." Tap Vu Quan frowns in surprise. "Legend?" Then he casually jumps down to the ground. "You are a funny kid. Why would I ever be considered your senior right now? I have never accepted someone who gives off such an unpleasant dark aura as my junior." He leans in super close to Tuyet Hoa and asks, "How old are you?" "I am 13 years old." "Wait, do you seriously not even know your own actual age for sure?" She replies, "Because of an accident, I lost memories before turning 5. Just guessing based on what others say." He pushes further. "Where did that scar come from?" She just says, "I do not know who taught my martial arts. Up until now, I took the old master of Hoa O Lao in Yunnan as my teacher. Sounds like that is about to change, right? Because he is literally planning to kill me." Her casual answer leaves the master stunned. "You and I both know she is completely fearless. That thing in your arms could turn into lethal poison for you. Dangerous or not, I need it to expel my inner energy." He asks, "But why? Why would you want to remove your inner energy?" Tuyet Hoa looks up at him with clear eyes. "Because if I bring this dark power home, my family might never accept me back." "Wait, you know where your hometown is?" Following a few fragmented memories suddenly popping up, she answers without any hesitation, "Manhwa Hefei." Hearing that, the swordmaster rubs his chin in deep thought. Hefei? The exact location where the main Nam Cung family resides. A second later, he suddenly puts his hand on her shoulder, then points to himself, speaking with an excited tone. "I will personally help you out this time." "Wait, what?" Then he continues patting the kid on her shoulder. "If you want to circulate your energy, do you not need a guardian? I will stand guard for you during the whole process, so you can rebuild your foundation successfully." Her expression looks a little unhappy about this, thinking to herself, "You mean even if I am the lost child, you will just watch me as much as you can?" So annoying. The scene shifts to a totally different place. A guy with a blade to his neck facing a hooded figure. "Trust me, you are going to want to see what is next." "Stick with me," he screamed in pure terror. "Sir, what are you doing? I thought we had a deal." The man in black ignored him, asking with deadly coldness, "Where exactly is that thing hidden?" He frantically explained, "Hidden? Hide what?" "The young master of Hua Wu Pavilion received that exact item less than an hour ago." "Tell me what this young master looks like." "Looks like a little girl, maybe 10 years old." After hearing that, the dark figure glanced back. The squad of assassins in black immediately began signaling each other in absolute silence. Then their leader just gave a cold command, "Move out." The entire group instantly scattered, vanishing completely into the dead of night. Right now, back inside the main hall, the man was left panting heavily, barely surviving. His eyes were wide with pure panic. desperately mumbling the young master's name over and over. Earlier, Tuyet Hoa had warned him directly, "If I leave, tell your men to abandon this place and run far away." Right after this, "Assassins from Huawu will storm in here," he asked. "Didn't we already hand the item over? Why would they still attack us?" Tuyet Hoa replied, "Because I am no longer part of Huawu Pavilion. Very soon, Mount Hua and Shaolin will march down to destroy the Black Cloud clan. When that happens, Huawu will pretend to offer help just to recruit you." "What do you mean?" "Here's where it gets crazy." She revealed their real plan: kill the leader and steal the entire clan. "Don't fall into their trap." Then she tossed a dark black card right to him. "Finally, take this. 7 days from now. Follow the instructions on this paper exactly. This is the only possible way to save your clan from Mount Hua and Shaolin." Staring at the card in front of him, he shivered. Absolutely terrifying. Who knows how many steps ahead this girl can actually see. Meanwhile, the martial arts instructor had already brought Tuyet Hoa to his personal training spot. No clear path, crazy dense woods, it's basically impossible to find. Pretty perfect spot, right? She looked back and asked, "Is this really okay?" Ah, her face was screaming pure distrust. "Saying you will be my guardian means you will actually stand guard while I circulate my ki, right? I don't get why you would randomly help a little girl you just met today. You aren't even sure I am the patriarch's granddaughter, yet you are going all out for me." But honestly, for a second, he didn't even know how to explain it himself. Fair point. How should I phrase this? Then he suddenly pointed a finger at Tuyet Hoa. "First off, I absolutely despise people who leak that filthy internal energy just like you do. But hearing you actually want to purge it, that is commendable. You also said your ultimate goal is returning home. So honestly, I just felt bad for you. Stop asking so many details, kid. Rebirth is coming. You and I need to watch this." Her next sentence completely froze him. "Thank you for everything, even finding this spot." Hearing that, the old guy's face totally lit up with joy. He reached out to pat her head, but she quickly dodged it. "Just don't die, kid. Need me to lend a hand? I can handle it alone." "Yeah, you look like you can manage yourself." The instructor crossed his arms, saying, "Once this rebirth is done, fix that super stiff attitude of yours. On the outside, you look exactly like a 13-year-old, but you aren't cute at all. You'll see your parents soon. Kids, acting all cold after a long time apart will really break their hearts." She thought to herself, "Do they think I'm acting weird?" Well, if so, she turned around and walked into the cave. "All right, I get it. What is your favorite snack?" a voice echoed, "Candied hawthorn." He burst out laughing. Guess she is still a bit of a kid after all. Staring off into the distance, he muttered, "Survive and see them. Little kid." Deep inside the dark cave, Tuyet Hoa finally decided to take the supreme elixir. Without a single second of hesitation, she swallowed it down. Insane levels of ki immediately surged like a roaring sea. "Trust me, you aren't ready. If blood is a river, this pure energy is an ocean. Stick with me here." Even the best medicine can instantly turn into deadly poison. If she fails to expel this corrupted blood chi, or her inner energy goes wild, she will face full-blown chi deviation. Game over. Tuyet Hoa steals her resolve. She has to push harder, flow faster, more intense, leaving absolutely zero trace of that demonic blood energy behind. This power was literally fed on blood. A fresh trail of blood trickles from the corner of her mouth, and no matter how she wipes it, it stubbornly clings to her, completely refusing to just disappear. Exactly like the blood demon who controlled her for so long. She will never let him pull her strings again. At least, not in this lifetime. Her mind grows sharper, entirely unbreakable. "I will not let things go your way." Meanwhile, right outside the training hall, the waiting is taking too long, making the old man anxious. She should be out by now. Did something terrible happen in there? Like her blood channels completely reversing, or slipping straight into deadly chi deviation? Was it a massive mistake? Letting a tiny kid go in alone? Now you and I must watch closely as he suddenly stands up, because that is exactly when Tuyet Hoa walks right out of the cave. His eyes instantly fill with pure admiration. What an absolutely extraordinary kid. The hallmaster breathes a massive sigh of relief. "Good work. You finally purged that nasty inner energy. Even I feel relieved." And she replies, "It was only possible because you stood guard for me." Then he holds out a small bag right in front of her. "Here, take it." Tuyet Hoa tilts her head. "What is this?" He smirks. "A little souvenir for surviving. Do you want to open it?" He watches her closely, thinking to himself, she did not just purge that filthy energy, she actually built up even more inner power? Absorbing the leftover energy at her age is a genuinely mind-blowing achievement. Right then, Tuyet Hoa's eyes completely light up the second she sees what is inside the bag. Turns out, the old guy bought her a candied tanghulu skewer. How is it? Judging by that face, you love it. Thank you so much. He thinks, I should be the one thanking you for making it out alive. Alright, let's head down to the village. You haven't bathed in 3 days. You and I both know she needs a hot bath first. He simply scoops her up. So it has really been 3 days since entering that cave. Wait, aren't you starving? I am going to personally introduce you to a famous local dish right in Hefei. Hold on tight, kid. Do not blame me if you fall. His legs channel massive chi, and the solid ground instantly splinters with deep cracks. Then both of them launch into the sky at a blistering speed that normal human eyes cannot even track. Way up high, Tuyet Hoa gets a perfect view of everything. Her eyes widen in absolute awe, seeing the stunning architecture sprawling down below them. Finally, our duo has arrived in Hefei. Cut to a random local tavern, where several steaming dishes are slammed onto the table. Tuyet Hoa frowns. How is this basic stuff a specialty? Meanwhile, the old guy is already happily stuffing his face. I ordered a double portion. Eat as much as you want. She mutters, I just had that candied tanghulu, so I am not really hungry. She clearly has absolutely zero interest in this random tavern food. Seeing her stubborn reaction, the old man asks, Hey kid, what do you think is the most popular dish at any inn? Obviously, it is meat buns and noodles. He splits a steaming bun open with his chopsticks and says, Exactly, but for a simple dish to get globally famous, do you have any idea how hard that is? People eat here expecting absolutely nothing, but end up tasting heaven. She sarcastically thinks, I already saw the afterlife thanks to that medicinal pill. He pushes the plate of freshly opened buns toward her. Here, just take one bite. I guarantee you will be crying and begging for more. She does not say a word, just reluctantly grabs a piece with her chopsticks, looking entirely unimpressed. But just 1 second later, you and I know that look, her eyes completely light up. The old guy kicks his leg up. Well, absolutely delicious, right? But Tuyet Hoa doesn't even answer. She is too busy inhaling those buns. Let's dive into this. He gently pats her head. Just eat slowly. I'll order more food until you're completely stuffed. Meanwhile, down on the street, 3 totally drunk guys are chatting it up. Man, finally some good food today. Then head inside. Up on a nearby roof, Tap Vu Quan is standing there watching everything. He coldly asks his shadow, did you finally wipe out all those rats? The guy bows respectfully. Yes, master. He hands over a torn cloth mask. Judging by their skills, no ordinary thugs. But I've never seen this emblem around here. The patriarch needs a huge update soon. Let's move out. He asks his boss, what about the kid? One guy tailing her is plenty. She's not so weak that she'll die out there. Besides, in just a few days, we're going to see her again anyway. Next day, Nangong clan's Heavenly Tiger Hall. Now watch this closely. A massive table shatters as an angry man roars out. 300 gold ingots? It's been 8 whole years. That kid is long gone. We haven't even found a single hair. Will jacking up the bounty even change a thing? This angry guy is Nangong Qingshan, the 3rd son of the legendary Nangong Wutian. The clan elders stay completely silent, just sitting there listening to his furious rant. 300 gold buys an entire merchant guild, and for someone who's probably dead, suddenly another voice cuts right through the heavy tension. Qingshan, watch your mouth. If Big Brother Qingyun was here to hear that, he would be absolutely crushed. This newcomer is Nangong Qinghai, the 2nd son of the all-powerful Nangong Wutian. Qingshan slams back into his chair. Honestly, our missing brother is taking this too far. He's been gone forever. We carry this whole clan. Suddenly, a massive roar shuts him up. Qingshan, that is enough. This is the clan patriarch, the heavenly dragon sword emperor himself, the legendary Nangong Wutian. Staring down his terrifying father, Qingshan can only bow his head. Wutian sits at the head throne and sighs. You're right, your brother left 8 years ago to find his lost daughter, wandering the wild world, leaving the young master seat completely empty. Do you really resent your own brother for that? Qingshan mutters back, I don't resent him. I just think he needs to return home. If it was your daughter missing, would you still say that? A child lost out there. Could you just force yourself to give up? Qingshan clasps his hands and bows deeply. I was being short-sighted, father. Think before you open your mouth next time. Yes, sir. You know what this means, right? He rubs his head. Qingshan isn't the only one unhappy. No, someone else is probably manipulating his explosive temper from the shadows to push their own greedy agenda. No, it's totally guaranteed. His fingers tap the chair. I can't just let this clan rebellion keep brewing. What should I do? Right then, a guard's voice yells out, "The kid just crossed the clan gates. It's Tap Vu Quan." Hearing that huge news, Nangong Wutian instantly commands, "Everyone leave the room now." Inside another room entirely, Tap Vu Quan is talking to a middle-aged warrior. This guy is the Flying Wind Sword. So the kid finally showed up? Yeah, a cute but incredibly stubborn little kid. She is almost here right now. This is the head steward, Nangong Wen. Meeting ended early because of her? Yep, look. From outside, a little girl's shadow steps in. Tiny, but her eyes are fierce. Way too intense for a 13-year-old. Nangong Wen stares at Shui Hua. She looks so familiar. Trust me, you'll want to see what's next. Suddenly, old memories flood his mind. All right, stick with me. This cute little girl reaches out and yells, "Chief Uncle, it's me." Oh, miss, seriously. Namgung Mun's eyes instantly well up like he's about to burst into tears. It really is the young miss. Seeing the man literally wiping his tears, Jip Wuguan quickly speaks up. Too early, don't jump to conclusions just yet. But honestly, even his eyes couldn't hide that pure joy. Meanwhile, Seol Hua just stands completely still, not saying a single word. She suddenly breaks a cold sweat, thinking to herself, the Heavenly Dragon Sword Emperor, one of the world's top 10 absolute masters. Is this terrifying pressure what facing a dragon's claw feels like? Her hands clench slightly. Stay calm. Right now, this guy is not an enemy. No need to cower. Seol Hua immediately bows her head to show respect. Greetings to the Namgung Patriarch. Namgung Muchan nonchalantly rests his face on his hand. Calmly, he replies, "Come closer." Namgung Mun steps in and asks, "What is your name?" She answers, "I'm Seol Hua. I heard you claim to be the lost child the Namgung clan seeks." Is that true? Yes, it is. The kid Namgung wants has a neck birthmark. Watch closely here. Heard your nape has no mark. Honestly, I'm not totally sure about that. I just remembered some deep childhood memories. I grew up in Namgung, so I came back here. Namgung Mun tells her to explain that exact memory. Seol Hua slowly begins recounting her story. I recall the poppy flower path right by the Weeping Willow Lake. Walking down that fully blooming trail. I held someone's hand, but I don't know whose. A massive hand. Really rough but incredibly warm. I could only grasp one single finger. Namgung Mushan hears this and completely zones out. How incredibly strange. Seol Hua thinks to herself, finally got a reaction out of him. Well, obviously. Willows, lakes, and poppies. That specific combo only exists inside the Namgung Patriarch's private garden. Breaking into the Patriarch's hall triggered that memory. Back then, she thought the flying poppy poison was making her completely hallucinate. The illusions only vanished when the garden burned down. She continues. My memories before age 5 are gone, so that's literally it. Is that enough? Namgung Muchan casually brushes it off. Poppies are everywhere. Lakes and weeping willows aren't exactly rare for the rich elites, are they? You think that proves you belong to the Namgung clan? But Seol Hua's absolute comeback next leaves both Jip Wuguan and Namgung Mun totally shocked. This little girl doesn't understand at all. We both know she's right. Isn't Namgung looking for their missing kid? Why should I prove my own identity? I figured coming here meant you guys had a way to prove it for me, right? The two uncles hear this and realize her logic is absolutely flawless. Even Namgung Mushan can't argue back. Jip Wuguan completely loses it. How on earth can a kid talk back like that? Patriarch, she really didn't mean any disrespect. But shockingly, Namgung Mushan suddenly bursts into a massive laugh that echoes across the entire grand hall. All right, little brat. Yeah, you actually made a very fair point. We do have a way to prove your identity here, but it's pretty impossible to pull off right now. Hearing that, the two uncles breathe a huge sigh of relief. Thank goodness he isn't angry. If you want proof, you'll need to wait a few days, okay? Seol Hua confidently smirks. Yes, I'll wait. Set her up in a temporary room for now. Over inside the elite Namgung clan, the Heavenly Guest Pavilion is strictly reserved for hosting the most VIP guests imaginable. It's been almost exactly 1 full year since they actually hosted anyone in there. But the patriarch silently ordered the pavilion to be opened up just for this mysterious guest. And that VIP? Literally just a kid. The guy trailing right behind her is Namgung Yom, the external hall master of the Namgung clan. Previously, Namgung Mun had strictly warned him, do not ask who this VIP is, or why they even came to the clan, zero snooping into her secrets. Namgung Yom remembers. And trust me, we're in for a wild ride next. Stick with me here. Nobody expected the honored VIP guest to be a little kid. Even so, the room is swept 5 times daily and the sheets are fresh. If you need absolutely anything, please tell the maids. The inner hall martial artists of the Nam Cung clan are guarding the Heaven Guest Pavilion, so safety is completely guaranteed. I heard you have not eaten anything yet. You must be starving. Let me prepare some food. At the mere mention of a meal, her little ears instantly perk right up. Tuyet Hoa turns around and agrees without a single second of hesitation. Soon, the entire table is packed tight with a massive feast. Every single dish looks absolutely gorgeous and mouth-watering. Because there is so much food, Tuyet Hoa literally has no idea which delicious plate she should even taste first. She spots a special cake completely wrapped in leaves, but she is totally clueless about how to peel it open to take a bite. Seeing her struggle, a maid quickly walks right over. Let me help you with that, my lady. While peeling the cake for Tuyet Hoa, the maid explains the dish. These are bamboo leaves. They infuse the food with bamboo scent and lock in that perfect flavor. Nam Cung always serves the absolute best meals to our VIPs. Guests at the Heaven Guest Pavilion get top priority. Ah, I talk too much, right? Please enjoy your meal. Tuyet Hoa replies happily. Thank you so much. The maid thinks to herself, how can a guest be this cute? Does it suit your taste? After taking just one bite, Tuyet Hoa's eyes instantly light up. So delicious. A little while later, she is totally stuffed. Wow, I think I ate way too much. Lying on the bed, she thinks, I finally made it to the Nam Cung clan. I am actually here. Every single room and object in the Nam Cung estate looks exactly like I remember. Yet the vibe feels completely different, especially the Nam Cung sect itself. And that guy, Nam Cung Diem. Now pay attention here. Tuyet Hoa's eyes suddenly turn dark, because in her past life, she personally massacred the entire Nam Cung family. I will ask you one last time. Where is the Nam Cung secret manual? Even if you tear my limbs apart, I will never betray the Nam Cung clan. You are better off just killing me. Even if I drag you to hell, I will get my revenge. Then let us see if you can still talk tough. After all, 4 of your limbs are completely shredded. A totally pointless struggle, because everything is already over. Tuyet Hoa places a hand on her chest. A suffocating feeling makes her sick to her stomach. Why do I feel this way? Is it because I have to face them now and act like nothing bad ever happened? Is that why it hurts? That nightmare has not even happened yet. Nothing bad has happened yet. It is fine, I can still stop this tragedy. You saw that twist coming, right? Meanwhile, voices echo from another room entirely. You mean, that kid interfered in the business between Manhwa and Shaolin? The training hallmaster replies, yes. I previously reported that the Manhwa and Shaolin sects were secretly trading the Great Restoration Pill. This mess is way more complicated than I thought. He scratches his head. The thugs from the Black Cloud gang are literal nobodies. That kid single-handedly flipped their entire operation inside out. You already understand the issue, sir. The real problem is how they defeated Demon Mountain elites and managed to steal the Great Restoration Pill. The Black Cloud gang lacks that kind of strength. Another major power definitely intervened. At this moment, the clan leader Nam Cung Vo Tien rests with his eyes totally closed, not saying a word. The training hallmaster waves a hand in front of his face. Clan leader, are you listening? Nam Cung Van wonders to himself, did he figure something out just from hearing that simple report? The hallmaster assumes caution makes sense, since this involves a massive faction of warriors controlling both the Shaanxi and Hainan provinces tightly. So his complete silence is justified. The clan leader definitely has a master plan ready, but the very next sentence out of his mouth, it leaves both men utterly speechless. When she was born, people said she looked like me. At the time, I did not see the resemblance at all, but now that she is older, I get it. So what do we learn here? The hallmaster sighs, I thought you were pondering something actually important. Let's dive right back in. Turns out the patriarch is already missing his so-called granddaughter. Crazy, right? But it is still too early to confirm she is family. Honestly, giving her the heavenly guest pavilion, it felt like overkill. Nam Gung Wutian just picks up his cup. Sharing one drink can forge a lifelong bond. So let alone my own flesh and blood, how could I not recognize her? Nam Gung Wen looks totally confused. So you mean? Wu Tian fires back. Calling the pavilion overkill is completely wrong. Honestly, it is way too little. Right. Did we investigate the Huawu pavilion yet? Jip Wu Quan reports in. I sent scouts to Yunnan, we will have news soon. Then Wu Tian suddenly asks them, could that kid have some hidden motive? Jip Wu Quan frowns. It is hard to say. I really want to believe she is innocent. But she was the young master of that mysterious faction, the Huawu Pavilion. Even if she truly carries the Nam Gung bloodline, we still do not know if her loyalty lies with us. Who knows if her story about wanting to go home is completely fake. But throwing away her hard-earned internal energy, that is not an easy choice. Honestly, if I were her, I could not do it. He firmly believes she gave up her powers to choose the clan. So there is no hidden agenda. Nam Gung Wen fires back. You traveled with her and got totally soft, right? He pouts, getting defensive. What feelings? Absolute nonsense. You actually like that kid quite a bit. Nam Gung Wen continues. If you still cannot fully trust the kid, now watch closely. Why not just ask her about Mount Hua over the traditional patriarch dinner? Treating the Heavenly Guest Pavilion VIP is the perfect excuse. We can decide to trust her later. Jip Wu Quan sighs helplessly. I said we can trust her. Seriously. Hearing this, Nam Gung Wutian smiles. Dinner with my granddaughter. I am absolutely hyped. Meanwhile, inside her room, Seal Hua is cultivating hard. Though she felt it in that cave, the internal energy from her blood art has a completely different vibe now. Pure energy flows through her entire body, making every single pressure point feel incredible. Her current tier is only second rate, but compared to that wild aura, that used to go absolutely crazy for blood, this is way easier to control. In her past life, she hit the transformation stage. This time, she will level up faster. No, she absolutely has to reach it, she thinks to herself. Without the official Namgung mind art, she cannot just blindly power up. Those three guys earlier would get super suspicious if her energy spikes. Despite feeling impatient, she cannot break the trust she has not even earned yet. I feel her pain here, pretending to forget her past life research. So annoying. Seal Hua opens the door and runs into a maid. Do you need something? She quickly asks the maid. Any training hall I can use? The Heavenly Guest Pavilion has a private one, reserved just for guests. Let me show you the way. Not the private one. Anywhere else? The maid bows respectfully. VIP guests can freely use any training hall out in the outer branch area. I will show you the closest one. No need. I can go myself. She thinks to herself, if internal energy is locked, time to grind external martial arts. Instead of swinging a sword all alone, it is way smarter to blend in with the regular crowd. If she accidentally uses a Nam Gung sword skill, she can just claim she copied it. Letting an absolute outsider watch their clan training process? Wild. So what do we make of this? Even for basic sword arts, the Nam Gung clan is seriously bold. Alright, stick with me here. We are inside the Red Dragon Dojo, where the famous Namgung family disciples are training. The Great Evolution Sword Art. First form. Every single move looks rhythmic and powerful. Seolwa observes them closely. But to her, these disciples are just the deep roots meant to support the Namgung clan. Just the starting point for their raw power. Sure, every clean and heavy strike shows they have done countless hours of hard training. But this is not real swordsmanship, just copying memorized movements. Have they never seen real combat? On a true battlefield? They would die before even drawing their blades. Thinking this, she lets out a bored sigh. They have a long way to go. Just as she reaches for a wooden sword on the weapon rack, somebody suddenly shouts out, "Hey, over there!" A guy stomps over and barks, "What are you touching without permission?" Too bad, this is not a toy for kids. But she points out the other kids training. They are different, kiddo. He scratches his head. They are official students here. And you failed the martial artist exam, right? You look like a little servant. Sneaking in here to steal our techniques is forbidden. It is not my first time catching brats like you. Listen, kid. Mimicking moves will not teach you the sword. Saying that, he snatches the weapon away. Do not stand around and get hit by splinters. Go back and finish your sweeping chores right now. But Seolhwa refuses to back down. She reaches out for another wooden sword, making him absolutely furious. You little brat, hand it over? He tries to grab her weapon again, but no matter what he does, he simply cannot touch Seolhwa. Finally, he loses it and screams. "You brat! An adult is talking to you. Stop ignoring me. Who taught you such garbage manners? Where is your family? I am going to teach you a lesson." Right then, her eyes turn ice cold. This guy is way too annoying. He snaps back. "Hey, why are you glaring? You uneducated little punk. Now pay attention to this next move." Before he can finish talking, bam! One strike takes him completely down. The guy hits the dirt, completely confused. What? How did a tiny kid beat him? Why? Seolhwa calmly looks down. Just as I thought, this wooden sword fits my height way better. The crowd of disciples starts laughing and teasing. The captain said that kid would just listen and obey. Why is he lying flat on his face? Did he trip? Talk about ultimate humiliation. The guy called captain immediately roars. Stop right there. Words are not going to cut it anymore. The captain quickly rips a wooden sword off the rack. This time, he is actually seeing red. I am going to teach you some actual respect today, the captain screams, launching himself at Seolhwa with crazy speed. But plot twist, Seolhwa is even faster. She cleanly dodges the heavy strike, then she strikes his right leg. You saw that counter coming, right? Flawless and absolutely ruthless execution. In seconds, the captain is losing ground fast. And finally, Seolhwa knocks the sword completely out of his hand. The entire training yard instantly drops into dead silence. Not a single sound. The spectators are so stunned their jaws are on the floor. How is that even possible? It was a total one-sided beatdown. Can we even call that a match? Seolhwa rests the blade on her shoulder. Do you still want to fight? Then she tosses it back. Stop looking down on me and use full power. He catches his weapon, but his eyes have lost all their previous arrogance. Still, as a proud swordsman of the clan, he refuses to back down from a challenge. Fine then, let me see what you are made of. Seolhwa smirks to herself. His eyes have finally shifted gears. His instincts are kicking in to gauge her real strength. The Nam Cung family is powerful, but only the patriarch and a few elites are actual monsters. And trust me, you are going to love watching her prove it. Welcome back. Let's dive right in. The Nam Cung clan martial artists have grown completely soft, hidden behind their legendary family name without any real enemies. Way too much peace dulls both the blade and the mind. Honestly, Seolhwa is pretty curious about them right now. Can she actually grind their pathetic mindsets back into a proper sword, something sharp and freshly forged? Can she heat them up and hammer these peace-loving weaklings back into deadly, battle-ready blades? Will they get sharp again? Do they even have the willpower to change? Meanwhile, the crowd watching this spar is completely speechless, just absolute shock on their faces. Is this even real? The captain's sword hasn't landed a single hit on her. In a flash, her blade strikes his arm. Seolhwa coldly breaks down his flawed technique. Just pouring raw power into an attack does not make it a good strike. First, you need to know exactly how much strength you can actually control. And obviously, you have to watch your speed and angle. While blocking the captain, she keeps lecturing him. When you force too much raw power, your body instantly stiffens up, and a stiff body cannot swing a sword with true freedom. And one more thing, lightning fast. The captain takes another direct hit to his left leg. Now pay attention here, she uses that exact opening to unleash a full power strike. The massive force instantly blasts the captain backward. He cannot block it at all. As the heavy dust settles down, the captain is still gripping his sword tightly, but the ground beneath his feet is destroyed with 3 deep craters. Seolhwa steps right up to him. Your lower body is way too weak, ruining your core balance. And with zero balance, of course you are going to get knocked down repeatedly. The ground will never shake as long as you stand firm. After lecturing him, she feels super annoyed inside. Did this idiot even understand a single word? Whatever, she cannot train here anymore, so she excuses herself. The captain stares at her, retreating back without blinking. Who the heck is that kid? Leaving the training grounds behind, Seolhwa sighs. She just ended up drawing everyone's attention for no reason. She should have just used the guest pavilion dojo instead. Well, that much advice should be enough. Whether they actually become worthy of the legendary Nam Cung family name or not, that is entirely up to them. Honestly, she still has not fully controlled her own strength. You and I know this trope, right? Since returning to the past, she hasn't rested for 1 second. This child's body is just way too fragile. Time to head back to the guest house. Right as she is thinking this, Seolhwa suddenly realizes her body is completely out of juice. Looks like this tiny, weak body still cannot handle the insane power she actually possesses. But right before she collapses, someone quickly catches her. The martial arts instructor sees her terrible condition and asks her with pure panic, "Hey kid, what is wrong? You look absolutely awful right now." She says she is fine, just a little dizzy, but the instructor randomly scoops her right off the ground. "Hey, put me down immediately." "Fine, my foot, we need to find out why you are sick. Where are you taking me?" He laughs and says, "This is exactly when we need an expert diagnosis, kid." They rush straight into a medical room. "Hey, we have got a patient over here." "Hello? Is nobody here again? I told them to watch this place. Kid, wait here for just a second." "Okay, fine." Seola quietly checks out the room. As expected, the legendary Nam Cung clan is super rich. The herb quality is top tier. The head of this medical pavilion clearly has amazing skills. Wait, she never met the medical head in her past life. When the clan collapsed, did they just abandon ship? Honestly, that totally makes sense. Medical leaders usually aren't actual blood relatives of the family, so fleeing is totally understandable. If they aren't true blood, why would the clan keep them around anyway? Suddenly, someone steps foot right into the room. Oh my, what is such a cute little lady doing in here? Hearing the voice, Selhua instantly spins around. A stunningly gorgeous woman is smiling brightly, sizing her up. Look at those big round eyes. Who is this strange girl? Trust me, you are going to want to see what happens next. Selhua steps back, but she keeps pushing. What was that just now? Just like a little kitten. You and I know exactly what Tuyet Hoa is thinking. Why is this crazy woman here? Doc Nguyen, the blood cult's chief medic, and a brutal assassin who loves using poison. Right then, Tap Vu Quang returns. What kitten? Stop the nonsense and check her pulse. You do not even know where it hurts? Doc Nguyen reaches her hand out toward the girl. Poor thing. Let me borrow your hand for a second. Tuyet Hoa slaps it away. Do not touch me. Kid, I need your pulse to find the sickness. I am not sick. No pulse checking. Nobody knows what this woman did before joining the blood demon's forces, but she is dangerous. Tuyet Hoa panics inside. What do I do now? The blood demon never forgives traitors. What if Doc Nguyen is acting as his spy? Then she will definitely try to kill me. Tap Vu Quang quickly tries to calm things down. Kid, sorry for bringing you here without asking, but just let the old lady examine you. She looks weird, but she is highly skilled. Doc Nguyen covers her mouth laughing. Call me sister. I know you are tough, but we cannot be too careful here. You have not eaten properly or rested well for the past few days. Let her check your pulse, and I will buy you all the candied treats you want. I barely have an excuse to refuse. Am I really just scared of a simple pulse check? Tuyet Hoa sighs. Even if she told them the truth, absolutely nobody would believe her anyway. It should be fine. With Tap Vu Quang standing right here, Doc Nguyen would not dare pull anything crazy. So she finally agrees to the check. Relax, I am just taking a quick look. Feels a bit weird, right? Just bear with it. Now watch closely. Before the doctor can even finish, Tuyet Hoa violently grabs her by the throat. Her eyes practically bleeding, killing intent. But Tap Vu Quang immediately intervenes. Let go of her, kid. She is trying to kill me, Tuyet Hoa shouts. I felt her internal energy moving. He quickly explains, that is just a normal pulse check. It is how medics examine meridians. They use a tiny bit of ki to inspect your energy flow. Hearing this, Tuyet Hoa slowly calms down, finally loosening her deadly grip on Doc Nguyen's neck. But instead of getting angry, the woman just smiles. This little kitten has some seriously sharp claws. Tap Vu Quang just frowns at the scene. The exact second the chief medic channeled ki, this kid reacted and blocked it. That heavy killing intent? You do not even feel that from regular, seasoned assassins. When she decides to kill, this kid absolutely does not hold back. Like she has already slaughtered countless people. Tuyet Hoa stands up abruptly. I am leaving now. After she leaves, Doc Nguyen turns to him. Oh my, where did you find such a fascinating kitten? First time seeing one like her too. So, the pulse check? Is she healthy? You literally just saw how strong she is. Doc Nguyen closes her eyes, recalling the moment. The contact was way too short to fully determine her condition. It is unclear. You and I can see why she is chief medic. She realized the kid ingested something. Hey, I used to be the Emperor's royal doctor. Probably just a lackey, same difference. Bring that little kitten back here next time. I need to run a deeper check. What? Her eyes turn deadly serious. There is something inside that kid, waiting to explode. The scene shifts to a sealed room. Two women are having a very intense conversation. It is Tuyet Hoa and Doc Nguyen, but from her past life. Tuyet Hoa glares at her. I heard you killed someone from the blood cult again? Doc Nguyen takes a puff. You came to nag me? Yes. I clearly remember telling you this the last time we spoke. It is just a light hobby, she says. And that is where we leave it wild, right? Let's dive right into the chaos together. Even the blood demon stayed quiet, right? Tuyet Hoa replies, casually brushing it off since she's just one of the 12 moons. That is right. I already swore absolute loyalty to the blood demon as a member of the 12 moons. Even if my martial arts fall short of the 6 blood masters, I was still gifted the moon tablet carved with his own blood, plus his exclusive, legendary blood art technique. Just for killing some absolute nobody, I have to stand here and get scolded? Tuyet Hoa answers, saying she just brought it up because she remembered. Honestly, hearing you used to belong to the righteous faction? Hard to believe. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Why did I join the black cult? I have no idea. Doc Nguyen's eyes suddenly turn incredibly dangerous. It is because someone wanted to kill him. Snapping back to the present, Tuyet Hoa silently stares down at the fish in the pond. She thinks to herself, wondering who Doc Nguyen actually wanted to kill so badly. Back then, she barely even cared, so she never asked. If she knew they would reunite here, she definitely would have. Nam Cung steps up behind her. Now pay attention here. He notes she looks lost in deep thought, asking if something heavy is troubling her. Tuyet Hoa immediately turns and bows, formally greeting the head of the Nam Cung family. She claims she was just admiring the beautiful garden, letting her mind settle into a much more peaceful and quiet state. That is good. I already heard about it. Heard what? Someone from the Red Dragon Squad pointed a sword at you, right? It seems that kid's competitive streak completely crossed the line. She replies smoothly, asking him to just let it go, since she did not even get a single scratch. Besides, it was just a wooden sword anyway. A true sword wielder must always be incredibly cautious before swinging whatever weapon they hold in their hands. That guy is just a fighter who lacks the discipline to control his own inner turmoil. Honestly, I wasn't scared at all. His internal energy was definitely solid enough, but true power is not just decided by raw physical strength, as you already know. The old man chuckles, agreeing with her completely. Truthfully, I once hoped you were my actual granddaughter. You do not act like a child at all. A normal person could never radiate that kind of intense killing intent. I saw it clearly. The blood on your hands, and all that heavy resentment. The burden of all those you had to endure. I wanted my granddaughter to grow up surrounded by pure, gentle warmth, living a quiet life far away from the battlefield, at least getting to grow up normally. Pausing for a second, he seriously asks, "Who raised you to become like this?" She casually replies, "Does that even matter right now? You feel that tension too, right?" His eyes turn razor sharp. Of course it absolutely matters. I need to know who it is so I can hunt them down, the bastard who turned my granddaughter into this. I swear I will not let them die easily. Even if I tear them into 100 bloody pieces, slashing them down to ashes would not be enough. If they dared to make you suffer, then I will show absolutely zero mercy. As he speaks, his entire body erupts with a terrifyingly overwhelming aura. Out of nowhere, Tuyet Hoa asks the heavy question, "What if I am not actually your granddaughter?" Nam Cung just stares at her, staying totally silent. He suddenly grips his sword incredibly tight. Then he slams it down hard into the ground. He tells her, "Then you are still way too green. When will you ever overcome the Heaven's Mandate?" Wait, is this sword actually named Heaven's Mandate? That is exactly right. He gently reaches out and pats Tuyet Hoa on the head. Back when you held my hand walking around, you were not even half as tall as this sword. Let's have dinner together tomorrow evening. I heard you love good food. Nam Cung smiles with pure grandfatherly warmth, looking exactly like a doting grandpa spoiling his precious kid. I will prepare a massive feast for you. But later that exact same night, right from Tuyet Hoa's room, an eerie blast of dark energy suddenly oozes out. Inside the quiet room, Tuyet Hoa is still totally fast asleep. Out of nowhere, a sinister, deep voice echoes right inside her head. What exactly do you think you are doing? Kill them. Slaughter every single one. Wipe out the entire Nam Cung bloodline right now, and scatter their blood everywhere. Trust me, we are not ready for what unconscious Tuyet Hoa does next. Let's dive right into the madness. She stands up, grabbing her sword. Outside, a maid calls out, "Miss, do you need something?" But inside Tuyet Hoa's head, that dark voice just keeps getting louder. "Bring me their blood." Fast forward to the next morning. These three geezers are arguing in the study. Could you tone it down a bit? Tearing people into tiny pieces and brutally slaughtering them? That's just too much. Oh man, right in front of the kid. Absolutely zero filter on this guy. Flying wind sword, knock it off. Why on earth are you bringing that bed into this? Are you just trying to show off how strong you are? I just wanted to calm my worried granddaughter. Calm her down? It is a miracle you did not scare her half to death. Compared to a massive bootlicker like you who reports her every single move, I am definitely the better one here. Now, pay attention. Suddenly, all three get a really bad feeling. What is going on? Nam Cung glares coldly. Something is definitely wrong here. It literally smells like blood. The three men instantly rush straight over to Tuyet Hoa's room. Seeing them, the panicked maid quickly bows in respect. "Greetings, clan head." Then, they notice a blood-soaked piece of cloth right in her hands. He demands, "Whose blood is this?" The maid answers honestly, "It belongs to the honored guest from the guest house." By now, the three have already stormed inside. Luckily, Tuyet Hoa only has a minor injury. "I couldn't sleep, so I was practicing, and I accidentally cut myself. It is not a serious wound. I am so sorry for making you worry." Nam Cung immediately asks her a serious question. "I just put up a sound barrier. Nobody can hear us, so tell me the absolute truth. What actually happened here? Honestly, it is really nothing at all. I was just being careless with my sword." He suddenly grabs Tuyet Hoa by the hand. He talks while gently treating her wound. "The blood still has not stopped flowing completely. I trust you, so you must trust me. While you are in the Nam Cung clan, I will protect you. Got it?" Looking a bit surprised, she replies, "Yes, I will remember that. It seems the medical hallmaster has arrived. Let her handle the rest of your treatment." "All right, I will see you tomorrow at dinner then." She lightly rubs Nam Cung's wrist. "Of course I will be there." He knows this was not just some careless accident. How much longer will he turn a blind eye to this? "You and I both know this is bad." Could she even explain it? She woke up holding the blade. If he hadn't quickly slashed her arm, this blood would have belonged to someone else entirely. That unconscious voice she heard was definitely the blood demon. Her body literally moved on the blood demon's orders. Sweating bullets, she curses in her mind. Damn it, the only person who can actually confirm the specific curse clinging to her body? No matter how you look at it, there is only one. Doc Ingyet peeks into the room. "Little kitten, I am coming in." Smoke from the incense burner continuously fills the space. Doc Ingyet tells her, "I lit some painkiller incense, but this might still hurt a bit. If it hurts too much, just tell me." "All right." Meanwhile, the guard is still standing. "Watch right outside." Doc Ingyet smiles brightly. "Getting hurt like this and not crying? You really are a brave little kitten." "Yeah." Tuyet Hoa speaks up. "I am injured somewhere else too. Could you take a look at it for me?" The guard gets completely frantic. "Where? Where else are you hurt?" "My stomach." Both extremely annoyed and worried, he immediately demands to see it. But she actually means the area from her chest down to her stomach. Hearing this, both girls immediately give him a look that screams, "Get out." "What? Do you want me to leave?" "Obviously, yes. I think I suffered some internal injuries. Could you please check it for me?" "I can check, but I must use my inner chi. Is that okay with you?" "Oh wow, did not expect her to agree so easily. That is great, guess you trust me a bit now. Let me check. Try not to tense up." Suddenly, a bright, glowing light appears right from the wound. Out of nowhere, Tuyet Hoa's voice echoes directly inside Doc Ingyet's mind. "Have you ever carried killing intent? Why use telepathy now? Trust me, you'll want to see what happens next. What is up with that killer intent? Please answer me." "Well, I had it once, but stick with me here. Why is my cute kitten asking? Still have it now?" "No, because that person is already dead." Tuyet Hoa asks why she wanted to kill them. Doc Ingyet replies, "Because he touched the person I love." "Do you still love someone now?" "Ah, so my kitten actually wanted to ask about this. Is that person in Nam Cung?" "That is pretty hard to answer. Because I could say yes, but also no. Is that enough?" Tuyet Hoa nods. "Yes." Tuyet Hoa thinks to herself, not enough feelings to protect Nam Cung, but zero bad intentions either. Right now, no grudge is big enough to swear loyalty to the blood demon. Even if she cannot completely trust those words, there is one thing for sure. She still loves someone, way different from Doc Nyet of her past life. A monster who killed for fun. She quietly hides the dagger inside her sleeve. Then she drops a name that completely startles Doc Nguyen. I know your other title. Blood King Poison. Watch closely, because Tuyet Hoa figures maybe this time she will live a totally different life too. You must help me. Best to stand against the blood demon. In the past, there was a time. An entire village dyed red into a sea of blood. Done by two princes. Just because a lowly woman dared to refuse serving a prince who wanted some fun, the elites always loved their twisted games. So a village getting completely wiped off the map was not exactly rare. The really unusual part was the child, the absolute only survivor of that village, entering the royal palace as a royal doctor assistant. Then one day, both princes died from poison. The name used for their killer? Blood King Poison. Fading slowly away from everyone's memory, Tuyet Hoa feels totally confused. How did you enter the Nam Cung family then? Doc Nguyen sounds terrified. What did you just say? I am saying this to prevent misunderstandings. I never investigated your past at all. It is just that in my previous life, you loved to annoyingly ramble in my ear. She reaches out. Relax. What I want is simple. Check my body thoroughly one more time. You and I both know I am cursed. Doc Nguyen concludes. This is suggestion magic, a dark art that controls the opponent's mind, basically forcing them to carry out a very specific action. 2 ways to break it. 1. Kill the caster. 2. Let yourself be totally controlled and rebel until it breaks. Doc Nguyen analyzes the situation. Today, the caster probably is not nearby, which is why you woke up on your own. If the link is weak, it cuts easily. But on the flip side, if it is too strong, breaking it is super hard, meaning at any moment, the caster can find and control you. No matter how you run, you are trapped. Ignore my warning, and I will personally hunt you down. That is what he meant. Tuyet Hoa secretly worries. She asked Solian for another way to break it. Just sitting around and waiting might actually be way too late. What should I do? Just hide in the mountains and let myself be controlled? As if he would leave me alone. Just the number of spies. Tap Vo Quang sent after me is just too much. I need someone. Someone who can grab everyone's attention and completely scatter their focus. Someone who can do the heavy lifting that a little kid's body just cannot do. Most importantly, a strong ally. Trust me, you will want to see who she picks next. Let's dive back in. The captain trains alone, remembering his intense fight with Tuyet Hoa. Her movement speed and swordplay were blindingly fast. All right, here I come, he thought to himself. He saw the attack coming but just could not block it. Blocking her strikes with his sword, he kept asking himself why. His feet were not firmly planted. His muscles were way too tense, making his entire body totally stiff. Instead of reading his opponent, he was just swinging his sword blindly. Exactly. Finally, he realized the massive gap in skill between the two of them. It was pure battle experience. Staring down at his sword on the ground, he mocked his own absolute weakness. He really thought he was a pretty decent street-level swordsman. Bending down to pick it up, he felt incredibly disappointed. But the moment he looked up, he locked eyes with Tuyet Hoa. He quickly bowed respectfully. Greetings, young hero. Oh, no need for all that formality. Just act natural like yesterday. He felt a bit embarrassed. So sorry about yesterday. I mistook you for a new maid. Actually, I think I was the rude one. She thought to herself. Did I completely lose my face yesterday? They officially introduced themselves. I am Tuyet Hoa, and I am Nam Cung Chi Bin. Stepping closer, she asked. Your sword is much sharper today. It holds real killer intent. Who exactly is this imaginary opponent? You and I both saw that coming. Noticing his panic, she smirked. It is me? She waved it off casually. That is fine, way better than swinging a dead sword. Unless you are just posing, keep training with that exact enemy in your head. Your teachings have really helped me a lot. Thank you so much once again. Glad I could help. Wait, will you only stay at the Nam Cung clan temporarily? I am not sure how long yet, but I will stay a while if possible. He asked shyly, if you do not mind, while you stay here, could you please guide me some more? Just watching your cultivation training would be enough. I swear I will not waste your time. She calmly replied. All right, I agree. He could not believe it. Really? Yeah, if you are just watching, it is fine. So about the training spot. Can I be the one to decide? Of course, got a place in mind? Tomorrow, between 5 and 7 in the evening. Come to the Heavenly Guest Pavilion's dojo. Heavenly Guest Pavilion? Hearing that name, he panicked internally. I knew this little girl was not ordinary, but turns out, the mysterious guest causing a massive uproar across the clan lately. Can you believe this? The ultimate VIP is actually this kid? Later that afternoon, Tuyet Hoa changed into fresh clothes, looking like a noble young lady. Heading to meet her grandfather, Nam Cung smiled. You arrived. Sit down, make yourself comfortable. All the servants have left. Do not hold back. She sat and replied, Thanks for your care. You must be hungry, right? Come on, eat up. First time I am seeing someone casually eat spiritual herbs. High-tier stuff like this. He asked, How are your injuries? Does it still hurt? No, I am actually not that sensitive. Not sensitive? Tuyet Hoa replied while eating. When I was 5, I almost died. Back then, someone forcefully transmitted their internal energy into my body just to save my life. Because of that, I lost my memories and physical sensation. So what do you and I take from this? Stuffing her face, she beamed. So good. Guess I just love quality food. Stick with me here. This noble clan drama is about to get completely insane. No. Nam Cung suddenly asks, Was your savior really the master of Hoa O Lao? Yes, exactly. Then why betray him? Well, because I truly believe that person is actually the one trying to get me killed. She speaks with total certainty. The Nam Cung clan absolutely cannot beat them. If we face them head-on now, the entire family will be wiped out completely. Nam Cung asks, Are you serious? Yes, then I will strike first. But she questions him again. Even so, what if 3 of the absolute top 10 strongest martial artists suddenly showed up? We could take out half their elites, but surviving that fight? Almost impossible. 5 of them could destroy Hoa O Lao, but still could not kill the master. Nam Cung frowns. That sounds ridiculous. His gaze turns incredibly sharp as he demands, Then tell me right now. Watch closely now. Who are they? Tuyet Hoa stays perfectly silent, but gently, dipping her finger into the teacup, she slowly writes 2 terrifying words on the table. Forbidden spell. Then she covers her mouth, looking at him with dead serious eyes, showing she is being forced and absolutely cannot speak. But realizing the terrifying truth, Nam Cung jolts straight up. He starts sweating bullets out of pure panic. Forbidden spell? Isn't that the dark magic where just leaking a tiny bit of info makes your blood vessels explode, instantly killing you on the spot? I thought they were just some basic dark faction. I never expected them to secretly hold a blade right to our clan's throat. A massive storm is coming. Nam Cung quickly asks, How does nobody know about this terrifying power yet? She replies, Because there are certain people intentionally hiding their very existence from the world, blinding everyone. His eyes slowly widen with brutal realization. We have a mole? Tuyet Hoa lowers her head. Do you still trust me now? I just have one more question. Why exactly did you come back to the Nam Cung clan? She stares right back to stop the Nam Cung family from falling apart. Because I am family too, Nam Cung quietly closes his eyes, letting out a heavy sigh. Believing everything you just said is pretty hard. I need to observe what you actually do here, and how you'll save us. I know what you're thinking. As patriarch, if you do anything to harm this family, I will step in and stop you immediately. However, he firmly adds, if your actions are truly for the sake of our clan, this family will become the biggest sky for you to lean on. That is a solid promise from the head of the Nam Cung clan. Cut to Kunming, Hoa O Lao in Yunnan. A red-haired young man with a hidden face is drinking wine on a rooftop. Fong Loi Than? Did Tuyet Hoa really just follow them that obediently? Another guy chimes in. Yes, the ones who wiped out the cultists following the young master were actually Fong Loi Than's subordinates. The young master knew but did absolutely nothing to stop it. He casually brings the wine cup to his lips. How did that kid even know? Her memories were definitely wiped completely clean. The subordinate asks, Should we take care of this quietly? That kid straight up betrayed you and even took your things away. He literally could not care less. You think she can just leave that freely? Relax, she will come back on her own. You plan to accept the person who killed our brothers? If I can get my hands on that kid, paying with a few useless bug lives is a cheap price. Any objections, Fun, yet? No, how could I dare question your brilliant ideas? The young man brushes right past Fong Yet. Good then. That day is not far off, so let her run wild until then. Shouldn't we check how she is doing right now? We absolutely have to send her a gift. Give her that specific item. Back at the Nam Cung estate. Tuyet Hoa's brutal injuries, Doc Nguyet bandages them, just as ordered. So what do you and I make of this? Let's dive right in. They found a restriction spell carved into her. Namgung Wutian asks, can it be removed? Medically, it is completely impossible. The only way is if the original caster breaks it themselves. Tuyet Hoa suddenly speaks up. She says it will fade over time. Once those culprits finally show their faces, the spell will vanish completely. Because by then their names will echo across the world. He warns her, this is a matter of life and death. Do not take this lightly. She promises to be careful. But is there any other problem? Yes, her sense of touch is completely numbed. You probably know this already. A martial artist who cannot feel pain? That is incredibly dangerous. They lose their most vital gauge. To know how badly they are hurt. To know exactly how long they can last. If you ignore the warning signs that your own senses send. Out in the martial world, a single split second decides life or death. So how can she possibly survive like this? And is there anything else? This kid has a dangerously unstable bloodline. I heard her previous internal energy was completely purged from her body. That might be the exact reason. He suddenly steps right behind Tuyet Hoa. Sit completely still. I will use my chi to check your body. Pure energy starts radiating straight from the patriarch's hand. It slowly gathers, manifesting the epic illusion of a true dragon. He speaks to her. You survived such a long, agonizing time just to return. Yes, 8 incredibly brutal years in the dark. Welcome home, my child. If only I could see father again. Looking a bit healthier, that would be truly great. It is a pity. Suddenly, someone shouts loudly outside. Eldest young master, I have not reported to the patriarch yet. This guy has the worst timing ever. He must be here right now. Seeing him arrive, the guard is completely shocked. Eldest young master. Tuyet Hoa's eyes immediately lock on. They glue onto the figure standing right in front of her. This man is her father. Now watch closely. This is Namgung Chongwon, the final sword of Namgung she killed in her past life. But seeing Tuyet Hoa sitting there, he instantly bursts into tears. Even she feels a sudden shortness of breath, unable to speak a single word. Namgung Wutian speaks up, breaking the awkward, heavy tension between the two of them. Why are you crying so shamelessly? Hurry up and verify it first. Yes, sir. Namgung Chongwon sits down. I need to check your body for a moment, okay? Can I know the exact reason why? He smiles gently, answering with a soft voice. Powerful families always have countless bitter enemies. Many people try to kidnap or brutally swap the children born into our clan, just to exploit our weaknesses. So, when you were born, I personally carved a hidden mark onto your body. To anyone else, it just looks like 5 completely normal moles, but connected together, they form a dragon. Behind the left ear, the right collarbone, under the left index fingernail, the right knee, and the left heel. Sure enough, right there on Tuyet Hoa's left ankle, there is absolutely a tiny, distinct black mole. You and I both feel the weight of this silence. Everyone just watches. Then, Namgung Chongwon reaches his hand forward, unable to hold back, pulling Tuyet Hoa into a tight hug. They say real men bleed but never cry, but right now, he is openly sobbing after finally reuniting with his daughter after 15 long years. This is my precious daughter, Tuyet Hoa. Tuyet Hoa, I am your father. Hearing her father's heartbreakingly sincere and highly emotional words, Tuyet Hoa gets emotional and hugs him back tightly. You have grown up so much. Later in her room, Namgung Chongwon is gently washing his daughter's feet. Just like I saw earlier, your feet are covered in scars, not a single spot unharmed. His eyes are completely red, but I am not ashamed, honestly. I am just so incredibly happy. Tuyet Hoa thinks to herself, crying and smiling. My old man is seriously impossible to understand. Namgung Chongwon suddenly asks her, do you know why your name means snowflower? Trust me, you're gonna want to hear this. Alright, let's dive into a story where snow isn't just weather, it's a blessing. On the day pure white flakes blanketed the entire world, you finally came to us. Your mother was the one who named you Tuyet Hoa. That woman loved you so much. Truly, more than anything else in this world. You probably do not have any memories of her left, but she has always loved you deeply since 8 long years ago, and even now from heaven. I need you to never forget that truth. He crossed his arms, flashing a gentle, warm smile. I am honestly so thrilled you came back home. I am happy to be back too. Do you want to take a walk around town with me tomorrow? Tomorrow, you mean? I want to show you the bustling streets of Herpfi again, the exact place that used to be your front yard playground, she thought to herself. But I really wanted to study the Nam Cung martial arts tomorrow. When you were little, there was a candied hawthorn shop you absolutely loved. Do you not want to go check it out? Hearing that, she instantly changed her mind. Being the loyal daughter of Nam Cung Than Van, she swore to fulfill her duties as a daughter in this life. A soft reply echoed directly from inside the room. Yes, that sounds perfect. Meanwhile, over at the second young master Nam Cung Than Hai's estate, he was practicing his calligraphy while casually questioning his subordinate. So, according to the servants, now pay close attention here. The honored guest at Thien Kach Viren is just a little girl? Yes, sir. It has been confirmed multiple times. The source is highly reliable. This guy speaking is Nam Cung Hor Lak from the Huang Long Squad. They are one of the 6 main martial squads of the Nam Cung clan. Basically, the elite combat organization filled with brutal fighters. The martial squads include Yellow, Blue, Red, White, and Black Dragon. Nam Cung Than Hai kept talking. It is unclear if she is a noble clan's descendant or the heir to a major sect, but it makes absolutely zero sense. They would never easily give up the prestigious Thien Kach Viren for an average guest. Or is her martial arts level actually close to my father's? No, that is probably impossible. I heard this honored guest's inner ki has not even reached the first-class realm yet. True, but she could be a hidden master. Someone who knows exactly how to conceal their ki from mere servants. Right, we cannot say for absolutely sure. Then Nam Cung Hor Lak suddenly spoke up. But I heard a very interesting rumor today. They say the eldest young master is actually hanging out with that exact honored guest. Right inside Thien Kach Viren. Wait, do you mean my older brother has already returned? Nam Cung Than Hai thought in panic. My brother just left on his wandering journey. It should take him at least 3 days to come back, yet he is already chilling with the honored guest. You and I know what this means. If she is truly the honored guest of Thien Kach Viren, then she has to be a massive figure. Someone with heavy influence across the entire Central Plains. Is my older brother planning to return and build his own powerful faction? Deep down, anxiety was slowly starting to eat at him. After all, father always wanted my brother to become the family heir, even though the Elder Council currently supports me. But what happens if he actually comes back? Nam Cung Hor Lak quickly reassured him. Please do not worry. Perhaps this little meeting is not exactly what you think it is. What do you mean by that? The servants say your brother completely dotes on this honored guest. He is literally carrying her around the gardens of Thien Kach Viren. His eyes went incredibly wide. A girl that made my brother return so fast? Could it be they finally found Tuyet Hoa? Nam Cung Hor Lak firmly replied. The eldest young master will return to the clan eventually. You cannot just sit around and wait. You cannot let the heir position that rightfully belongs to you get stolen away. You must strike first before he secures a solid foothold. Understood. Our 3 martial squads will completely back you up. Cut to the very next day, Chi Bin was practicing with Tuyet Hoa again. Right now he is flat on the ground, completely exhausted and out of breath. No, I seriously cannot take this anymore. She walked over and asked, You are already complaining over 50 pounds? He furiously yelled back at her. What do you mean already? Arms and legs combined make it 200 pounds. Wait, that is 500 pounds. And you banned me from using inner ki. Forcing me to practice swordsmanship under these conditions is insane. She widened her innocent eyes, asking, Does the Nam Cung family really not train like this? Who would ever train like this? No wonder you are so weak. I am not weak, but you need to hear her next sentence. Every failure feels like a blade to his ego. Dropping his sword, stumbling at every opening. But stick with me, because you and I can see he is all talk today. Seeing him completely deflated, losing all his willpower, she snaps, Are you just going to lie there forever? He suddenly raises his hand. All right. No need to be so harsh. I will do it. He is absolutely exhausted but forces the words out. I can still keep training. But just a moment later, he completely regrets it. Why on earth did I say that? As time drags on, the crushing pressure of the weights multiplies. He is mid-thrust when she says stop. How long has it been? How much longer? I can't. I am going to collapse. But then, he suddenly feels, his entire body suddenly feels incredibly light. Turns out Seolwa is standing right next to him, supporting his sword with one hand. How is it? Feeling a lot lighter now? You have got to see this. She is literally supporting it with just one finger. He asks. It feels like the weight vanished. What did you just do? I dispersed the massive weight evenly across your entire body. You have decent raw strength, but you always dump it all into a single strike. Even with lethal attacks, if a battle drags on, your momentum will just slowly fade away. Going all out right from the start is not always the answer. Her eyes suddenly sharpen like a beast hunting its prey. Against a tough opponent, you have to stay cautious and wait for the perfect counterattack. Until that opening appears, your body must be able to handle the heavy burden of your own power. Perfect balance. Practice spreading your energy evenly throughout your whole body, just like you are doing right now. Then Tuyet Hoa suddenly lets go, making Jipyoung completely lose his balance and faceplant hard into the dirt. We are done for today. He respectfully cups his hands together. Thanks to your guidance, young master, I am truly grateful. Thanks to you, I finally got a tiny taste of the realm I want to reach. Are you okay? I am exhausted, but I realize this training is absolutely necessary, so I am fine. I never expected carrying heavy weights to be this meaningful. She smiles and replies back, since you understand now, just get used to it. You need to easily lift at least 50 caddies with one hand. He hesitates slightly, asking, if I may ask, how much can you lift? She calmly says, right now? About 300 caddies. I still have a lot of training to do. He thinks to himself, 300? You and I know that equals over 1,000 in normal weight. Is that even humanly possible? Starting tomorrow, if any other martial artists want to train, bring them over. Training together, it will give everyone more motivation to push each other. Are you really sure? Of course. After all, this is about building a strong foundation for the Namgung clan. Jipyoung looks at her with absolute admiration. Just touching the sword lets her control all that raw power. I cannot imagine how pathetic the others will look. She is definitely an elite master who reached the man and sword unity realm. Yet she is sparing no effort to teach mere street martial artists like us. This is an absolutely perfect opportunity for everyone to grow stronger together. I will definitely bring them here. If you bring them, bring a huge crowd. Yes, he excitedly raises his hand and declares, yes, a massive crowd. Amidst the bustling scenery of people walking by, Namgung Chonggun is taking Tuyet Hoa for a nice stroll through the city. It is crowded here, so hold my hand tightly. Yes, father, but we should probably grab some food first. Is there anything specific you want to eat? Something I want? She looks up and says, I actually know a really delicious spot. Let's go there. Very quickly, a steaming hot bowl of noodles is set right down on their table. Dumplings and thin noodles? I really love this dish too. Thanks to you, it has been forever since I got to enjoy this. Yes. Before eating, she politely hands over a dumpling. Please enjoy, father. Thank you. I will definitely enjoy this meal. Yes. She eats while thinking to herself, now I completely understand exactly why the Wind Thunder God loved this restaurant so much. How can this possibly taste better than the Namgung clan's food? She is glued to those shiny dumplings. Makes you and me wonder, how did she miss this place in her past life? Make enough money and just close shop? No, it looks like this place never even existed. Nam Cung Thon Van gently pats her head. You really enjoy your food, huh? Eat up and grow strong. Now stick with me, because this meal is about to get interrupted. A furious voice suddenly rings out. Did we ever say we wouldn't pay you? Right next to them, a gang of thugs is causing chaos. I told you we'd pay later. We just forgot our coin pouches today. But sir, you have said that 10 times already. Please, you actually need to settle your debt today, or our business will literally go under. The thug angrily grabs the waiter by the collar. Who are you to talk back? Do you not know who we are? The poor waiter can only beg. Yes, I know perfectly well. How could I not? You are all martial artists from the great Nam Cung clan. Now watch closely, this is the exact moment Nam Cung Thon Van's eyes turn absolute ice. The peace in Hefei is all thanks to you guys. Why wouldn't I know that? But before he can even finish, the thug violently slams him into the wall. He crouches down, sneering. Glad you know, we are working ourselves to death protecting this city. And you dare disrespect us over a few measly coins. For some dumplings and noodles? The waiter violently shakes, completely avoiding his terrifying gaze. But this definitely is not the first time. Even the other customers completely look away, pretending they see absolutely nothing. I told you, I just forgot my money pouch. Facing these absolute bullies, the beaten waiter finally has no choice but to surrender. Understood. Next time, please bring it. The bearded thug laughs loudly. See? Was that so hard? Then he casually leads his gang out. I will totally bring it next time. Thanks for the meal. The second the door shuts, someone else runs over in a panic. Father, are you okay? No. We absolutely cannot just let this slide. We should call the guards. Stop it. They are Nam Cung clan warriors. Will the guards even side with us? Nam Cung Thon Van suddenly stands up. Tuyet Hoa, keep eating. Dad will be right back. You need to stay right here. She thinks to herself, pretending not to notice. But he clearly posted guards in that corner, so she can't wander off. I know what you're thinking. Is he going to destroy those guys? He definitely will not let this slide. They blatantly drag the mighty Nam Cung name through mud, right in front of a real Nam Cung. The door shuts. Wonder what the punishment is? A little while later, Nam Cung Thon Van returns. He tells his daughter, I singled out a few of their subordinates, sent them back to the clan to reflect, and docked 3 months of their pay to compensate the shop owner. Okay, and then? And then what? That is it, she asks, shocked. No chopped hands or tongues? The old man flinches. Hands and tongues? She says casually. If they use martial arts maliciously, chop their hands off. If their tongues drag the clan's reputation through the mud, cut them out. In her mind, if this were the blood sect, things absolutely would not end so peacefully. But the Nam Cung clan is righteous, he replies firmly. No chopping hands, no cutting tongues. But why? If their hands are gone, they can never wield a sword as a warrior again. If they lose their tongues, they can never eat or speak normally for life. That is a real punishment, but they need a chance to repent. I see. Conversation over, the two just go back to eating. But Nam Cung Than Van's eyes, his look is different. We'll pause here, but trust me, this afternoon stroll is just getting started. Tuyet Hoa grabs a tang hulu. Just then, a random street vendor starts enthusiastically calling out. You have a truly great eye, sir. I just got a beautiful new item in today. All right, let's dive right in. Nam Cung Thon Van asks Tuyet Hoa, want to check out this bracelet? Dad already bought you a hairpin, right? Just getting one thing seems like a total waste. She sighs completely helpless. You got me floral shoes and a ring too. But Dad insists it fits. She thinks to herself, this old man is so annoying, totally ruining my entire appetite here. Suddenly she calls out. He looks back with sparkling eyes. I need to pee. Is there a restroom nearby? A little while later, Tuyet Hoa is chilling in another room. Renting a guest room is definitely enough. Thanks to this, making my move will be way easier. Wonder how much time I actually have. If the guards notice I'm gone, it's gonna be a huge headache. Those guys from earlier were totally familiar. Better strike first before they pull something stupid. Guards are at the gate, first floor, and even on the roof. If I sneak right around the back of the building, I can totally dodge their sight. In her heart, she silently promises her dad. I will be back real soon. Here's where it gets wild. Those thugs are fuming. Why'd they get caught by the Black Dragon Master? Damn it, they literally never care about street security. So why did they pop out of that shop? Honestly, we took it a bit too far, right? Freeloading every single day, getting caught was basically inevitable. The buns there are top tier. We happily stuffed our faces and now you're saying this? Keep quiet or we'll get discovered. Discovered my foot, just get out of my way. Man, it's way louder over there. Do you guys actually think that little inn will actually get their scammed money back? Doesn't the Nam Cung clan value their public image? Obviously they'll fully compensate the shop. The three of them chat while running away. But then can we just go back and mess around again? What about our slashed paychecks? Then they quickly hide in a corner. Anyway, the Nam Cung clan just needs to save face. They won't care about that shop anymore. We just need to go threaten them. So the owner doesn't snitch to Nam Cung, the bearded guy laughs. Yeah, exactly right. So, did the Nam Cung people leave? Hold on, that pillar is blocking my view. Let me check. Right at that moment, a freezing voice echoes out. What are you guys doing? They jump, completely sweating in pure terror. They want to turn back around but are completely helpless. Their bodies won't move. Do not even try. I already sealed your paralysis points. At least an hour before you can even twitch. I also sealed your mute points. So screaming is impossible. The three stare at each other in absolute terror. Our guys are down too? Since when? Pay attention here. Tuyet Hoa slowly reads out their exact names. Li Mi, Not Long, Tam Fong. Why can I see right through the real reason you are working as Nam Cung clan fighters? I know your exact type all too well. As long as there's money involved, you'll do anything. You probably spun endless lies, like wanting a fresh start, just to sneak in as Nam Cung clan martial artists, just to rob people in broad daylight. In her past life, these exact guys ended up joining the blood cult. Before that, they were basic Greenwoods thieves. I am so sorry, Father, but these trash aren't the type to change with a second chance. Eventually, they will betray the Nam Cung clan and crawl back to the blood cult. They are just disposable puppets, period. Then Tuyet Hoa's voice drops freezing cold. For guys like you, a chance to repent is just a complete waste. I honestly want to kill you right here, but I will spare you, because you are still Nam Cung clan members. One guy thinks to himself, no clue who she is, but clearly she's scared of the Nam Cung clan. Awesome, I am gonna live. But while he wasn't paying any attention, Tuyet Hoa forces something down his throat. By the time he registers it, he already swallowed. What did I swallow? We'll stop here, she calmly smirks. I said I will spare you. All right, you and I are diving right in. She never said she'd let them go. One finger twitch, and they're dead. They absolutely panic. Could it be goo poison? You know, those terrifying little demonic bugs. If you hurt one of the bugs, the other feels the exact same excruciating agony. Kill the child bug, and the parent bug inside their head or heart? Boom, exploded. Snow smiles. A super dark, chilling smile. She asks if they want a live demonstration. I could just kill one of you right now to prove it. But I'll stop here for today. I'm short on time anyway. Don't worry though, we'll see each other again real soon. Just be good little pets until then. Her eyes are just overflowing with pure killing intent. Cause trouble again, and you know exactly what happens. Under that terrifying glare, all three of them just freeze up, feeling ice in their veins. They don't dare breathe another word. Meanwhile, outside, Nam Cung Qingyun has been waiting forever for his daughter. His subordinate gets restless and goes to check. Too quiet, he thinks. Something's definitely off, so he reaches his hand out for the door. But right before he can even pull the handle, Snow casually steps outside. Busted. The guy immediately backpedals, awkwardly pretending to look around. Oh man, where did my coin purse go? In his head, he's sweating. Just a second ago, he couldn't even hear breathing inside, making him worry for absolutely nothing. Qingyun steps up and asks if she finished her business. Yes, sorry for the wait, Father. He smiles, saying it's fine, and gently fixes her slightly messy clothes. Cut to a private courtyard high up on Manhwa. Two people are deep in conversation. Here's the part you and I need to watch. People are whispering that a kid from the Hua Ao Pavilion actually stole the Great Restoration Pill, and that kid is heading straight for the Nam Cung clan. That's the word on the street. The one speaking is Lu Bai, Mount Hua's martial arts master. He's reporting to the guy behind the bamboo screen. Supposedly, the Black Cloud gang stole the pill. You know, those bandits operating right on the border of Shaanxi and Henan. Doesn't that line up perfectly with the very same gang that ambushed our guys earlier? What do you think, sect leader? If the kid hasn't swallowed the pill yet, we have a shot. We need to move and get it back immediately. But the sect leader asks a sharp question. Doesn't this seem weird to you, Lu Bai? For a random rumor, the details are just way too specific. Plus, it reached us at the absolute perfect time. So, you're saying we shouldn't trust this intel at all? But honestly, we have zero other options here. Fine, we have to bring that kid to the Nam Cung family. Let's pause for a second. You and I both know something's wrong. That very night, she feels completely trapped, controlled by some unseen force, unable to break free. Finally, she snaps awake, only to find a fresh wound right on her hand. So Poison Moon has to come over and patch her up. This is getting really troublesome, young miss. I'm keeping your hypnosis problem a secret, just like you asked me to do. But if you keep waking up injured like this, I'm going to have to tell someone the truth. Then I'll just tell everyone your real identity, that you're actually the legendary Blood King Poison. Poison Moon absolutely panics, glancing around the room. Are you crazy? What if somebody hears? Relax, I'm speaking using telepathy. Wait, seriously? It sounded so completely natural that I didn't even notice. I seriously don't know what goes on in that little head of yours. You're no stray cat, you're a literal tiger, honestly. Guess we'll find out when I grow up. So annoying, she says. Oh, I actually have some news our little tiger might really like. Should I tell you or just keep it? Snow immediately perks up, looking like a curious puppy with invisible ears. What is it, Auntie? The patriarch wants to personally perform the marrow cleansing technique on you. Marrow cleansing? Don't tell me, the ultimate technique that transfers raw internal energy into the body? Poison Moon just grins. That's exactly right. Surprised yet, kid? He's going to help push all the bad energy out of your system, completely clearing out the junk, and open your meridians. He knows your blood channels have issues. Trust me, we gotta see what happens next. Stick with me. That's exactly why he planned this. Before starting, he actually checked with me first, making sure it wouldn't hurt the young miss. You really are incredibly loved, kid. Hearing those words, Tuyet Hoa's hand just squeezed tight, marrow washing. Basically, in simple terms, a master literally uses their own raw chi to rebuild someone's physical body. But one single mistake? Even the master could suffer deadly chi deviation. Even the absolute strongest masters rarely dare to take that crazy risk. Getting a marrow washing from a true expert like this? Someone with absolutely flawless chi control. Honestly, this is what you call pure heavenly luck. But it gets better. When the master is actual blood family, the power boost is massive. Plus, she's still super young right now, so she can forge a perfect martial artist's body, faster than anyone else. Her internal chi is just second tier right now, but she can instantly jump straight into the first tier, maybe even surpassing her entire past life. Thinking about this, her eyes completely light up. Doc Ingayet notices and asks, "You are that happy?" causing her to blush super hard in embarrassment. Doc Ingayet just smiles brightly. Where did that cold, emotionless face go after hurting her hand? Turns out, she actually knows how to show real emotion. It's so obvious, why even try faking it? She rubs her chin, way cuter than an angry little tiger cub. A while later, Tuyet Hoa finally changes back into normal girl clothes. Remembering Doc Ingayet's weird compliment, she thinks to herself, who exactly is being cute here? From the maids to So Lien, she has no idea what they're even looking at. Now, pay attention to this next part. Are all Nam Cung family people this incredibly weird? Constantly inviting her to family banquets. Inside the main room, everyone is casually chatting together. I totally taught those absolute punks a massive lesson today. I did awesome, right, Dad? You really need to control that wild temper of yours. Thon-san, you haven't even asked your senior brother yet. Why does Thon-hai always have to argue back? Tuyet Hoa thinks to herself. These are the exact voices of people she once killed, and now she literally has to become a real family with them. A family, huh? Behind her, the martial arts manager suddenly speaks up. Not going in? You're already here, so why just stand there? Because it's nice to hear. Hear what? That loud laughter, she softly replies. I've never actually eaten a meal with people called family, so this feels super weird. She viewed the blood demon like a father, the blood cult like actual brothers, but calling them family? Definitely wrong. They were constantly waiting for any chance to kill each other. She was exactly the same. Whenever she heard that someone died, we both know that feeling. Zero emptiness, absolutely zero loss. Then she suddenly asks him, if your family dies, do people actually get sad? Huh? Kid, what did you say? He just raises his hand toward her, then out of nowhere, severely flicks her forehead with a painful strike. Then he angrily yells at her. Why are you asking something that sounds so depressingly old? Stop thinking about such useless nonsense. Tuyet Hoa painfully rubs her forehead, but mutters that it's a valid thought. If I were you, I'd spend all that wasted time practicing martial arts way more. Just getting stronger is enough to protect your family. He frowns heavily. And before protecting your family, you need to learn how to protect yourself first. Why is it every time you return, you have brand new wounds that I don't even know about? Do you not understand how incredibly important hands are to a swordsman? If you keep this up, even if you want to help, nobody will accept it. He's practically spitting pure fire right now. I cannot stand here and give you a long lecture. The point is, from now on, I'm keeping a close eye on you, understand? Yes. Tuyet Hoa thinks, the martial arts manager is absolutely right. There is simply no time to drown in useless guilt right now. You can't just change the past. Going forward, the very real thing she has to face right now is the current Nam Cung family and the inner chaos. Trust me, we are going to watch her change absolutely everything. Let's jump into this wild family reunion. Stepping inside, she bows respectfully. Greetings, elders. I'm Tuyet Hoa. Nam Cung Tanghai smiles warmly. Tuyet Hoa, welcome home. Looking at you brings back so many childhood memories. You've been through so much. He turns to the teen beside him. Say hello, Tio Long. She's your senior by 6 months. Tio Long grits his teeth. He's lived his whole life as the eldest grandson. Why'd she just show up demanding respect as his senior? Hiding his annoyance, he mutters, Nice to meet you. Another woman nudges her own son. Introduce yourself properly right now. The boy bows politely. I've heard so much about you. I'm glad you're back safely. Tuyet Hoa smiles back. Thank you. At the banquet table, everyone's chatting and laughing. To think the guest in the heavenly pavilion was you? I was completely shocked. I used to carry you on my shoulders. Do you remember that? Seeing you alive and healthy today? Truly an absolute blessing for all of us. When I heard you made it back alone, my jaw dropped. And look at you now. A beautiful young lady. Oh, this is Hoa Lan. You haven't met her yet. Hoa Lan, say hi to your big sister. Come on, she's extremely shy. Sorry about that. Totally fine. Tuyet Hoa thinks to herself, we'll be living under the same roof anyway. No need to force a bond immediately. Just then, the little girl suddenly holds out a candied fruit skewer toward her. For me? Tuyet Hoa asks. She wants you to have it. The girl shyly hides behind her mother. Nam Cung Vo Tien laughs loudly. Beautiful. Tomorrow, I'll announce Tuyet Hoa returning at the Elder Council. You all must cherish her from now on. Yes, father. Of course, I'll carry you everywhere. Even little Hoa Lan nods furiously. Even if she pulls my hair out, I wouldn't mind. Since everyone's gathered here today, the patriarch sets his cup down. I'll announce my morning decision too. Now pay close attention here. I'll perform marrow cleansing on Tuyet Hoa. The room goes completely dead silent. Nam Cung Than Van panics. The marrow cleansing? Like the legendary cultivation boost? Is there another marrow cleansing out there? So I heard you correctly. Than Hai steps in. This is too dangerous. Father, you're the pillar of our clan. I'm worried. If something goes wrong, your own cultivation will be severely damaged. The old man glares. Go wrong? Are you doubting my martial arts strength? I'm just talking about worst-case scenarios. If you're so scared of bad luck, then you'll never achieve anything in life. So you're not discussing this. You've already decided. Than Hai clenches his fists. If this happens, it's over. And Teal Long's dream of being patriarch? You and I both know that slips out of reach. Nam Cung Than's son stands up. No, calling this a welcome gift is way too much. Does this kid even want it? The patriarch confidently declares. She survived and returned after 8 whole years. As her grandfather and head of this clan, there's nothing I wouldn't do for her. You treat marrow cleansing like a joke. Isn't it supposed to be heavenly luck? A rare blessing? For us Nam Cung members, what bond is stronger than family? Than Son furiously argues back with his father. Then why not do it for us? Please, do it for little Hoa Lan too. The patriarch slams the table, his face turning terrifyingly dark. How dare you let greed expose your pathetic, shallow nature? Seeing his overwhelming, deadly aura, his children don't dare to utter another word. All right, this meal is over. Tuyet Hoa, follow me. Trust me, we need to see what happens next. Stick with me here behind her. 2 uncles are glaring literal daggers at her back. Snowflower thought to herself, every single noble family has this exact same toxic power struggle. It was a total battlefield. Suddenly, she asks a question that stops the patriarch in his tracks. Am I causing trouble for you? The old man just puts his hands behind his back. Why are you worried about that? She points out that everyone seems angry about it. He chuckles. They probably think I am heartless. With Than Van totally out of the picture, I never discussed the next clan leader, nor did I use my martial arts to pamper the kids. True talent is rare. One only cares about money, the other has zero respect for hierarchy. How are they anything like the sky? She wonders why he is suddenly talking about the heavens. The Nam Cung clan compares itself to the vast sky. Do you know exactly why that is? Think about the Nam Cung members you have met. They have an unbreakable spirit. They would rather die than ever submit. These are warriors completely willing to sacrifice their own lives for the Nam Cung name. Now pay attention here, you and I gotta wonder, why are they so fiercely loyal to this clan? Is it because their inner energy glows sky blue? He immediately flips the question back at her. Then how do you explain the ones without blue auras? He continues, saying she has it totally backward. The Nam Cung clan practices heavenly martial arts, which is exactly why their energy radiates that blue light. But sometimes, rare, unique colors appear. Even if they are practicing the exact same martial arts technique, everyone has their own distinct willpower and spirit. He slowly points his hand up toward the moon. Those craving the sunset sky get an orange aura. Those who desire the night sky burn pitch black. Every single heart carries its own unique will, meaning their power can manifest in entirely different colors. He clenches his fist tightly, stating that all those different skies eventually merge together into one whole, living a noble, completely righteous, and honorable life, like the vast blue sky looking down on the world. Following heavenly laws, walking the righteous path, that is what the Nam Cung clan calls true chivalry. He furrows his brow. A true Nam Cung must always maintain that heavenly spirit, yet those brats clearly still have a lot of learning to do. She thinks to herself, he has clearly been agonizing over this exact issue for a very long time. Nam Cung Vo Thien truly is just like the sky. As the patriarch, he keeps his absolute pride and arrogance, but sometimes he uses overwhelming, crushing power just to win over the hearts of his people. Is that actually going to work out? Think about it. Poison, dark magic, hidden spies. Let's pause for a second. We both know the Nam Cung clan already collapsed once from endless dirty tricks and betrayals. It was all because of the blood cult's cowardly plot. Suddenly, Snowflower speaks up. A straight tree breaks easily, but a broken tree can never stand back up again. Is that actually true? Hearing this, Nam Cung Vo Thien instantly falls into deep thought. That is one seriously tough question to answer. Honestly speaking, I would much rather break than bend. Even if a bent tree is much harder to break, if survival is the only goal, even if it means straying a little bit from the clan's strict teachings, isn't that still the best possible outcome? He taps a single finger against his own head. The most important thing is the spirit. If a tree's roots remain, it will definitely grow back, even if it takes a while. It will absolutely live again. Yes, but a bent tree will never have a strong, sturdy trunk, and its roots are weak. Trees like that won't even last 100 years, no matter what. Do you get my point? As long as the roots remain and the spirit is passed down, that is enough. One day, it will sprout and bloom completely fresh again. She suddenly remembers her tragic past life, dying right after the Nam Cung clan collapsed, meaning she never actually knew if Nam Cung Vo Thien's confident words were proven true. Was he really right about that? Will those tiny sprouts that escaped being chopped down? You and I are about to find out if they can finally destroy the blood cult. Stick with me here. These guys are still fiercely guarding their clan's ultimate secret techniques. Their unbroken spirit, the blood cult never managed to crush it. He suddenly asks her directly, "What do you think? Do you still want to live as a true member of the Namgung? Tomorrow at the Elder Council, I will publicly announce your return. But if you really don't want that, I can keep your very existence a total secret." Tuyet Hoa stays completely silent, just listening to him. You are the lost child. The Namgung clan has been desperately hunting for 8 long years. Once your true identity as a Namgung is officially confirmed and acknowledged, can you even imagine how much crazy attention is going to pour onto you? Wherever you go, whatever you do, everyone is going to be watching you. They will judge and weigh your every single move, criticize you, frame you for things. Honestly, I worry you won't be able to handle that heavy pressure. Tuyet Hoa fires back with absolute zero hesitation. No way. I am a proud person of Namgung. I will gladly catch every single arrow aimed at this clan. Finally, staring him right in the eyes, she fiercely declares, I have already decided to live this way. The very next day, the scene cuts to the totally exhausted, absolutely lifeless face of a Namgung clan guard. And it is not just him. Literally everyone collapsing on this training ground is suffering through Tuyet Hoa's brutal hell training. She strictly goes around correcting the posture for every single person. Raise that right arm way higher. Just a little bit more. Push through it. He violently curses internally. How much longer is a little bit? Damn it, I really never should have listened to the captain. You and I are definitely thinking the same thing. A supreme master teaching them? It's just this. The whole squad glares at Jipyong with absolute burning rage in their eyes, thinking, you actually call this elite martial teaching? This is pure physical torture. What kind of supreme master is this? Looking at her, she is literally just a little kid. Meanwhile, Jipyong is still sweating buckets, focusing on push-ups, 997, 998, 999, and finally 1,000. The counting finally stops, which means break time has arrived for everyone. Tuyet Hoa confidently walks over and asks, Jipyong, are you all finished? He replies totally exhausted. Yeah, 1,000 push-ups are finally done. I am completely dead. But her very next comment makes his soul leave his body. Guess 1,000 is still way too easy for you guys. Next time you should put heavy weights on your back. Otherwise, your bones and muscles will barely get any stronger. How can she casually say something so unbelievably cruel? You guys too, next time strap some iron weights onto your thighs. They instantly yell in protest. Isn't that straight up going to kill us, young hero? She replies completely deadpan. That weight level definitely won't kill you. They stand there utterly speechless, absolutely defeated and unsure how to respond. The whole group turns away in pure agony. Whatever, you absolute demon, let's just take a break. Now watch this twist closely. She suddenly drops a bomb, claiming they will all reach the inner hall tier very soon. Wait, really? Obviously. Can guys with our weak strength actually do that? Power is something forged through relentless, brutal training. Ji-pyung quickly thinks to himself. The words of a VIP from the Heavenly Guest Pavilion. This is absolutely not a joke. She wouldn't just lie, so maybe there is actually a solid basis for this? Or is she just overconfident? The four of them clench their fists, full of determination. If I can really become an inner hall martial artist, then I will literally do anything. Can you guys handle another intense set? Of course, I am begging to join in too. Then count me in as well. But deep down, Ji-pyung is honestly still pretty worried. Young hero, do you seriously not know? No matter how hard we train our bodies, no matter how much our power grows, we are basically still just. The very next morning, Namgung Wuchan is pacing around restlessly, all because of one single sentence from Tuyet Hoa. Can I call you grandfather? Is that okay? From now on, please call me that all the time. Hearing that makes my old heart so incredibly happy. Yes, on a massive day like this, you finally accepting us as your real family. There is absolutely nothing more joyful than this. He clearly loves it so much. Every single person here is going to adore you. Don't worry, go greet them. She bows. And trust me, you're going to want to see her meet these clan elders next. You have suffered enough, my dear granddaughter. I still clearly remember your tiny face when you were born. Trust me, we are diving straight into the drama. They act overjoyed, praising how incredibly smart she still is. Her return is a massive blessing for the clan. Next up, the Hall Masters. I am Namgung Ji Baek, head of the Law Hall. Drop by for a visit whenever you have some free time. I am Namgung So-ra, managing the Finance Hall. We are deeply grateful the young lady returned safely. Thanks to you, the Namgung clan just saved 300 gold taels. We sincerely appreciate it. I'm Namgung Yeon, master of the Outer Hall. I believe you and I have crossed paths before. After that came the combat unit leaders. She watches them quietly. On the surface, absolutely everyone is smiling and welcoming her back. But how much of this warmth is actually genuine? Are any of these smiling faces truly worth trusting? He was worried she might get played by these old foxes. And honestly, he is absolutely right to be concerned. To them, an amnesiac granddaughter missing for 8 whole years is basically just a total stranger off the street. Now watch closely. This is where she makes her move. To secure her spot, she bows deeply to Namgung Vothien, greeting her grandfather with total respect. Finally, I get to hear you call me grandfather again. You always used to just call me the patriarch before this. They say thousands of pounds of gold cannot rival an inch of true affection. The truth is, the patriarch fully accepted her as his granddaughter. She didn't even dare to speak up, because she's terrified of the day they might discover her secret. She lacks the Namgung bloodline. If forced to leave, it would break her heart. She wants to stay forever. Hearing her heartfelt words, the training hall members are so shocked their jaws literally drop. Meanwhile, Namgung Vothien is moved to actual tears. Oh, my poor sweet little granddaughter. Outside the grand hall, Namgung Thanvan checks on Tuyet Hoa. Has your injured arm gotten any better? I have answered this like 50 times already. Father, it honestly doesn't hurt even a little bit anymore. That is a relief. Guess I was worrying for nothing, she thinks to herself. He has been pacing anxiously this entire time. What is he so incredibly worried about right now? He looks at her. Tuyet Hoa, listen. Today, I am going to formally announce your safe return to all the clan elders. It is going to be a great day. Even though there are many strangers, you do not need to worry about them at all. Just perform your greetings flawlessly. I will always be right behind you, protecting you. Back at the training grounds, Chi Bin cups his hands together. Please, young heroine, do not give these guys too much false hope. I know what you're thinking, but check out her confidence. She firmly fires back. Everything changes today. Everything will be totally different now that I am here. She stares Chi Bin right in the eyes. Promise me just one thing, all right? That your men will absolutely never give up the fight. He scratches his head. Yeah, sure, that is the easy part. Honestly, stubborn persistence has always been my specialty. But deep down, Tuyet Hoa can clearly tell this guy still doesn't believe in her at all. Chi Bin worries silently. The massive problems piling up inside this clan obviously cannot be fixed overnight. But right now, at this very specific moment, the best thing she can do is become the turning point for all these warriors. Tuyet Hoa looks up at him. Trust me just this once. To help you reach the level you should have achieved a long time ago, I will personally help you. Fourth, when the clan's future successor is completely undecided, picking martial artists is no longer just about raw skill or sheer power. It's totally political now. It literally comes down to one single thing. Whose side are you going to stand on? Those without money or strong connections don't even get the chance to line up behind a powerful backer. It's just unfair. So nowadays, this so-called promotion test is actually just a brutal battlefield for rival factions fighting for ultimate control. Everyone wants to push their own people forward, perfectly willing to use absolutely any dirty trick. He sighs, thanking our heroine, but you and I know this power struggle is only just beginning. Stick with me here. He says, it's impossible. Wait, impossible? You mean our training is useless? We'll never become intercourt martial artists. It doesn't matter how strong we get. Never. Hope just breeds disappointment. Honestly, I'm really worried that, later, everyone will blame themselves for chasing empty dreams. We simply don't have the backing. My dad trained 15 grueling years for the inner court. Watching someone much weaker get chosen? At first, I blamed bad luck. The second time, I thought I was arrogant. By the third rejection, I figured I must be doing something wrong. Are my stances flawed? Did I completely misread the core mantra? Total self-doubt. Alright, that's it for today. Finally hit 100 reps. Thanks for the guidance, young heroine. Alright, you guys go get some rest. Can't believe we survived that brutal workout. We're picking this up tomorrow, right? You worked hard today, thanks. He wipes sweat off his brow. Getting your guidance? We're beyond grateful. You guys are honestly doing great. From tomorrow on, I'll be waiting at the Red Dragon faction's training grounds. Wait, you mean our martial arts arena? Exactly that. I won't be staying in the Heavenly Pavilion much longer. Are you leaving us already? Just leaving the pavilion. She silently thinks to herself, soon, I won't be a guest. I'll be Nam Cung family. One more thing. Tell the others. Show up on time tomorrow. Keep pushing each other so nobody quits halfway. For Tuyet Hoa, who here is actually trustworthy? Reading hearts is tricky. Can't rush this. Now watch closely. The only way forward is clashing head-on and finding out for herself. Nam Cung Wuchan stands up. Nam Cung family, we finally found the child lost for 8 long years. We plastered missing posters across the world. Now that she's finally back home, the entire world needs to know. Gripping her shoulder, he declares, put up new notices in the Central Plains. Open our main vaults. Broadcast the child's return everywhere. The elders bow, clasping hands to obey their patriarch. His voice booms. We must let Nam Cung's enemies know loud and clear that backing the child they dare target is the mighty Nam Cung clan itself. Nam Cung will never repeat that mistake. We must remember 8 years of agonizing loss and today's sheer joy. We completely obey the patriarch's will. She will become the future sky of the Martial Alliance. Tuyet Hoa is finally home. We all felt that, right? Meanwhile, at Unhu Pavilion, father and daughter take a stroll. This place seems too massive for my room. Because your grandmother originally used it. She absolutely loved flowers, you see. Naturally, it became Nam Cung's most beautiful spot. Your grandfather specifically ordered it for you. Guess he wants you seeing beautiful things. Suddenly, a servant reports. Eldest master, the general manager and flying wind master are here. Should I invite them in? Outside, those two are crossing their arms, totally refusing to make eye contact. Why is flying windsword here? Unlike him, I actually have important business today. Must it be important? I just wanted to visit the little kid, simple as that. That's completely absurd. Barging in just because you felt like it is incredibly rude. The kid and I are super close anyway. So what's the big deal here? Oh, calling the young miss a kid? Honestly, you've been acting pretty jealous lately. Sad because you can't be close to her like before? As if, no way. Jealous because I'm closer to her? And that's where we leave it for today. Nam Cung Than Van casually walks up, asking what everyone is so incredibly happy about. He jokes about interrupting them, but the head steward immediately steps right up and grabs his hand. Not at all, he greets the young master, then turns to her. Hello, young miss, I am Nam Cung Van, the clan's head steward. She bows politely. Nice to meet you, sir. I am Nam Cung Tuyet Hoa. Just call me Grandpa Steward, he insists. She agrees, but then asks, wait, what is all this stuff? Stick with me, here she is, staring at a massive cart stuffed with treasure. The steward proudly explains. Silks, gold bars, and premium elixirs, all gifted by the patriarch. She is absolutely stunned. This much? He tells her not to refuse. These are things she should have received a long time ago. They are just making up for lost time. Want a closer look? The gold is obvious, so moving on. Here we have top-tier silks. They even prepared fully tailored outfits for her. No need to sew anything herself. She sweat drops, thinking, then what is all this extra fabric even for? Next up, health-boosting elixirs. They filtered out anything too intense or dangerous for her, but he warns her not to drink too much. She figures it would take months to finish anyway. Now pay attention, because this next item completely caught her off guard. Tuyet Hoa slowly opens the box. Inside sits a breathtakingly gorgeous jewelry set. It is a rare treasure the patriarch bought on a mission. He bought it way before she even returned, keeping it completely safe just for her. Beautiful, right? Meanwhile, behind her back, two guys are totally whispering to each other. The treasury head did not give this up easily, did he? Nope, he cried so much they knocked him out. Hey, patriarch's orders are absolute, what else could they do? Suddenly, Tap Vu Quan chimes in. But she does not seem to like it that much. Nam Cung Van gets furious. Are you completely blind? She obviously loves it. The other guy disagrees. Her face says she is not into it at all. You idiots do not get it. The real gift this little girl wants is right here. Here, a special welcome back present directly from him. Go ahead, take it. Want to open it? He hands Tuyet Hoa a beautifully crafted sword. She immediately asks, can I draw it? Of course, he smiles. The blade slides out smoothly. It shines flawlessly, radiating an icy, intense aura. She does not even need to swing it to know this is a seriously overpowered, legendary weapon. She looks up at him. Is this made from cold iron? He chuckles. You notice that? You and I know how insanely rare cold iron is. She is totally shocked. Are you really giving this to me? Yes, exactly. Do you like it? He pats her head gently. Seeing you happy makes me happy. By the way, this used to be his own personal sword. He looks right at her. Become the new master of this blade. She is starry-eyed. Does this sword have a name? It translates to 10,000 lightnings. But right now, it officially belongs to you. You can rename it whatever you want. She is super hyped. Can I test it out? He thinks to himself, she loves it so much. Totally worth staying up all night sharpening that blade. Go practice at the private training ground. If you play too rough and get hurt, it will be a problem. But she zooms off before he even finishes talking. Man, she is fast. Really, really fast. Who exactly taught this kid how to leap through the sky? Ah, steward, it is totally fine. Seeing the young miss this happy is a huge relief for me. I truly believe the patriarch's warm feelings have been delivered perfectly. Now I need to figure out what kind of gift I should offer her. Men, pack all these items neatly into her room. Yes, sir. But then, a servant rushes up to the steward. A mysterious gift just arrived for the miss. Should we place it in her room too? The steward frowns. Are you saying only the gift was dropped off? Who exactly sent this here? Apologies, sir. They left 0 messages or instructions, so we have no clue. The steward sighs. Let's inspect it immediately. It has only been 4 hours since they publicly announced the young miss had finally returned home. Yet someone dropped a gift and vanished. Trust me, you are going to want to see who sent this. So weird. Alright, let's see what this item actually is. Over here, Tuyet Hoa is testing out her brand new sword. The wind scatters off the blade, making her body feel weightless. The hilt fits perfectly in her grip. It's a perfect fit. Stick with me. You and I are witnessing a legend begin. 10,000 lightnings. Yeah, using a massive, overpowered name like that is definitely not a waste. She feels like she could slice through absolutely anything, like the massive claws of those demonic beasts coming in the future, letting her body flow with the sword's raw aura, carving out a clear, unobstructed path for her blade, slashing fiercely toward her target, pushing forward and tearing through anything in her way. She's panting just a little bit. Time for a name change. 10,000 lightnings just isn't right. It's fulfilling lightning now, an overflowing sword. Using that word means absolute completion. If she can carve a strike powerful enough to fill the entire world, she can at least leave a crack in the blood demon's master plan, ripping apart that doomed, prophesied future, filling the path ahead with brand new possibilities. Meanwhile, inside a room, A massive vase violently shatters against the floor. A furiously angry woman's voice rings out. First, the world spirit tree, now literal piles of gold and jewels. Typical patriarch behavior right there. It seems like he's absolutely thrilled about his eldest granddaughter finally returning home. Right? The young lady was found after 8 whole years, so treating her like treasure is completely normal. Even 8 years ago, the patriarch already spoiled Tuyet Hoa like absolute crazy. But honestly, this time around, he's taking it way too far. It's the world spirit tree. If young Master Tu Long had received that, he would have easily become an unmatched, peerless genius. She sighs heavily. Tu Long is already a top-tier prodigy anyway. Even within the mighty Nam Cung family, nobody can even compare to him. That's completely true. The young master has 0 rivals here. The inner hall members are desperately training just to keep up. He doesn't even need that spirit tree. Pay attention here, the family drama is heating up. Could just one single elite treasure really turn a pathetic bug into a soaring dragon? You make a perfect point. Yes, and that's exactly why we need to prove it. She brings the fancy teacup up to her lips. Half a month left until the Heavenly Martial Festival. Are all the preparations completely ready? Yes, of course. Not just the outer hall martial artists, but the inner hall and even the direct descendant skills will be fully put to the test. So we've prepared everything perfectly, ensuring this massive event goes off without a single hitch. But that's great news. A bug can't transform into a dragon in just half a month. However, her eyes turn ice cold. We absolutely cannot allow that pathetic bug to grow at all. The next day, Nam Cung Vo Tien calls Tuyet Hoa into his room. Someone sent this to you, left behind by a peasant getting rations, saying it's a gift for you. Did you catch the guy? We did, but he has absolutely nothing to do with this weird item. Looks like someone paid him off on the road, and he just blindly delivered it for extra cash. Nam Cung Van used a powerful truth serum to interrogate him, so that story is definitely solid. I know what you're thinking, this is definitely no normal gift. That's why he called her. He asks if she recognizes it. She thinks to herself, news of my return isn't even half a day old, and those bloodsuckers are already sniffing around. I can't believe those 12 elite assassins, the 12 moons, managed to track me down this incredibly fast. Leaving this specific token behind means they're willing to gamble their entire reputation and status they've built up over the years, just to force a brutal life-or-death duel. Only one survives. Or maybe they just want to send a message, betrayers die. So what do you and I make of this? A brutal deathmatch is officially on. They're calling me out. I have to go face them. Absolutely not. He instantly fires back. Stick with me here. I have to go. This has 0 to do with the Nangong clan. It's my personal business, and I need to handle it myself. The patriarch isn't having it. You are a Nangong. How can your problems not involve our family? It is our absolute duty to protect you. Tuyet Hoa desperately tries to argue back, but he cuts her off with a freezing glare. Enough. I know a silencing seal was placed on you, so you can't reveal who sent this. But I absolutely refuse to just throw you into a literal death trap with 0 clues. Your only job right now is to stay completely safe and let the family elders handle this mess. After that, he immediately orders the head steward to lock the item away. Even Nangong Qingyun doesn't dare speak up against him. Tuyet Hoa panics inside. No, this won't work. The 12 moons definitely know about the hidden signals and how to break them. What exactly is the blood demon plotting? Now pay close attention here. If I don't face them directly, I'll find nothing. This is my only chance to exploit their blind spots. She suddenly speaks up. I actually have a plan. Yes, I told you, no reckless moves. She smiles. So, as long as I'm not in any danger, it's perfectly fine, right? I know exactly how to trap the enemy without losing a single hair on my head. Please, just listen to me this one time. I'm begging you. The old man lets out a heavy sigh. You really are too stubborn. Fine, let's hear this brilliant strategy of yours. Moments later, father and daughter step outside. I'm worried sick. Why? Are you seriously asking me why? Even if you say you won't get hurt, just having these enemies watching you is insanely dangerous enough. She thinks to herself, this old man worries way too much. With all this overthinking, how am I ever supposed to survive in the brutal martial arts world? But Qingyun is just heartbroken. She's so young, yet suffering through so much bitterness already. What am I supposed to do? But danger or not, she knows what needs to be done. She looks up. Dad, there's something I really want to learn. Learn? What is it? I know you see this coming. Dad, please teach me the Nangong clan's core mental technique. Since the blood sect is moving, We absolutely can't just sit here waiting to die. I need to build up my inner energy fast, so this body can fully absorb our family's martial arts. At the very least, when facing the 12 moons, my condition needs to be way better than it is now. He awkwardly scratches his cheek. Aren't you supposed to learn the mental techniques from the martial hall master soon? By then, learning alongside other kids your own age, wouldn't that be so much better? No, I want to learn it right now. I've been waiting for this day since before I even arrived here. She hits him with those big, sparkling puppy dog eyes. Can you really not teach me? He covers his eyes, completely unable to handle the cuteness. Okay, fine. Say no more. Qingyun scoops her right up into his arms. Let's get started right away. Yes. Right after that, the father and daughter head straight into a private training room. He places his hand gently on Tuyet Hoa's back. Now, I will recite the chants, while guiding the inner energy through you. Pay close attention and memorize exactly how this power flows. Understood. The mental technique I'm about to pass down is the absolute foundation of all Nangong martial arts. It's the process of absorbing the vast, pure energy of the azure sky straight into your body. The sky blankets the entire earth we stand on, so simply breathing in and feeling the wind is basically connecting with the heavens. The azure sky isn't far away, it exists right here all around us. Because of that, the energy of heaven and earth is infinitely changing and endlessly harmonious. Mastering that natural energy is the true essence of the Nangong cultivation technique. Just like this, azure sky, great evolution, divine art, 4 elements divine art. Feel the chi flowing through your meridians. And that's where we leave it for now, guys. If you loved this, don't forget to drop a like to support the channel. Thanks, and I'll catch you later.